Hey wrestling figure fans, welcome to the alternate action figure podcast. We all remember and love dearly wrestling figures by Hasbro, and we remember, unfortunately, when the WWF and Hasbro parted ways in the mid-90s. But what if that relationship never ended? What if Hasbro kept making WWF figures? Join Pablo, Fox and Joe as they deep dive, debate and collectively decide on which WWF superstars would have and should have been immortalised in Hasbro figure form. This is the alternate action figure podcast.
Hello everybody and welcome to another episode. If Hasbro didn't split with the WWF and they still stayed friends and did things together in business and made action figures together into the late 90s, who would they have made? I'm joined as per usual by my lovely acquaintances, friends and business partners. Pablo from Gateshead. Come on down.
Dun, 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 dun.
There he is. He's doing his best Mariah Carey impression.
What is
There we go. Yeah. Excellent.
Dude sounds like he just walked out of
Hey,
Monty
wonderful.
Python and the Holy Grail. Is he one of the knights who's straight?
He's still there. And Joe. Hello, Joe.
I'm crying now, but that was pretty funny. Hello.
Hello. And
Hello.
obviously our compadre and editor extraordinaire, Mr.
What's up,
Chris.
guys? Cheerio.
Hi, Chris. Cheerio. That's
Cheerio.
it. Bye, everyone. So long,
right.
everybody. Right, so we're back again, and I believe this is series 19 we are now going to be discussing. We've changed things up a bit. Any of our regular listeners will know that typically what we did was picked 6 wrestlers each, brought them to the table, we had fights, we kicked each other in the balls, and agreed eventually on which 6 would make it through to the final series of that episode. Now, we're changing it. As mentioned, we are now picking 8 characters. That's right. We're bringing 8 characters to the table each, with the idea that 8 characters will make it into the final of the series. As I said, this is series 19, and we're in the first half of 1998. We've entered the Attitude Era, apparently. And because of which, there's about 15,000 wrestlers on the books, and we need to decipher which ones we wish to immortalise in a Hasbro wrestling figure form. So, chaps, I'll do a quick recap of the previous couple of series to give people an idea of where we're at. I'm not going to read everything out. They can go and look at that themselves, like, get yourself on the bloody Instagram, you know, like, and find out yourself. But in series 17, we had a special guest in the form of Mr. Harry Slash, and he added a little bit of extreme to the proceedings. He suggested that we add Sabu to the illustrious list of characters that were going through that series, because they featured on, well, as we know, ECW invaded WWF. There was a selection of different wrestlers who featured on WWF TV, which meant that all of them are applicable and could be picked by us, giving our rules. But Harry went with Sabu. So Sabu joined Psycho Sid, Jerry the King Lawler, the British Bulldog with his short hair and his dastardly evil ways, Farouk, and the Legion of Doom, both Hawk and Animal. Then we moved swiftly on to the second half of 1997, our pink card series, which was series 18, and we agreed arguably on probably one of the strongest sets yet. I think it's fair to say they were. It's a contender when we do the Hall of Fame at the very end, and we decide which is the strongest series, which I've just made up on the spot right now.
I love that idea.
I do
That's
too.
fantastic.
We're going to do it, haven't we now?
Yep.
Put it out
read
for a
that
vote to the
procedure.
listeners as well. It's a strong contender. Depending on who your favourites are. That's all it comes down to, though, isn't it? You know. So we had Mr. Brian Pillman, We had Bret the Hitman Hart, we had Jim the Anvil Neidhart, we had The Patriot, we had Ken Shamrock, and we had Shawn Michaels. Now, Bret the Hitman Hart left the WWF in
You just found
November
out?
of last year.
Actually, we knew last time,
well,
didn't we?
We knew last time because as you know, we were doing the second half of 1997, which covers November and December of 1997. So we were aware that he handed in his notice, or future endeavour, depending on who you believe. But he was off. He left. He's departed. He's gone. So
Get the fuck out of here!
get the fuck out of here! While there was a strong showing for the Hart Foundation, it's arguably not quite what it was a couple of months ago.
Yeah.
In January onwards of 1998. But that brings us to today's episode. So, gentlemen, before I get cracking with the knacking and explaining what my picks are, is there anything anybody would like to jump in with before we go? Does anybody want to give a quick update where they are with their special cards, their bonus cards? Because
we
so
reset
far,
them, right? Giving everybody back their veto cards and whatnot.
No, we've got what we've already had.
I was trying.
He was trying his best.
You
I've
dastardly.
so far I've used my character card, which I brought Jim Cornette into proceedings, which means I'm left with my veto card, and I'm looking for them out the corner of my eye, and I can't bloody see them. My veto card and my playset card. What have you got left, Joe?
Well, I tried to use a special character card. Didn't make it through, so I still have that. Last time, you're welcome, I used the veto card and made that fantastic series what it was. So I have my special character card and my playset card left.
Yeah, I have all three of my cards. I'm very agreeable in that way.
I guess
The only problem is that there are two choices here that we may have to argue over. So we'll see. Anyway, one of
Are you
them
going to
is
veto yourself?
one of them is Jennifer Flowers. I'm going to put it out there right now.
Okie doke. Right. Okay. Very, very interesting. Well, let's
I didn't
proceed.
pick Jennifer Flowers. No.
Still time.
Oh, there is.
Right. I'm just working out who I'm going to say first. I think I'm just going to jump in with the Biggie, to be honest with you. Not Big E. He's not there yet.
He's probably still in
barely a dream.
Middle school, maybe.
Still in a sack of bollocks, isn't he? Probably. No, he's
What
probably
months
older
do you
than that
have,
now,
Fox?
isn't he? He was born, I'd guess.
Yeah, come
I
on.
have. Well,
Yeah. Let's go.
No, you just said you were going to jump
on
into
that
your
note,
first
I've
pick,
got,
and I was
I've
like,
got-
I don't even know what month he has.
Yeah.
What month are we in?
Well,
Yeah, this is true.
I'll tell you what. You're going to have to guess. So I'm going to start with the Royal Rumble.
Could be February.
Yeah, well,
Yeah.
it's not this year though, is it? Yeah, the fake Royal Rumble, the imposter Royal Rumble. No, I've got January and May of 1998, and pretty much everybody's featured in January's Royal Rumble anyway. So there might be select reasons for picking certain characters that I've gone for based on the fact that some of them might not have featured. I think they all did. However, they might have been wearing different attires, so that's probably why I picked a couple of different options. But anyway, I'll crack on. So, starting with arguably the one of the bigger named picks of my options, I've gone for the Intercontinental Champion, The Rock. I think it would be silly not to go for The Rock, given his stature at the time. In the Royal Rumble, he made it down to the final two. He was only eliminated by Austin in the final, and he was, I believe, he had at the in your house in May as well. He wrestled Farouk and at Over the Edge, and Farouk's already made it into our line, so I kind of thought, well, not only is The Rock obviously very deserving of a figure regardless, At this point in time, in my opinion, we've already got figures that it kind of makes sense where you can have your own, wrestling matches with your figures and things that go well together. So I've gone for The Rock, and he would come with the IC title. Because, yes.
Which IC title?
No, you're asking, aren't you?
Because you can't have both.
I know.
When
I
did
still
the
think.
oval one come
This is
out?
the day after Mania.
Yeah, so it was in March.
Oh, it was the same day as the Winged Eagle? I mean, the
Yeah.
Big Eagle?
March 30th. I love Mania 14. That's why I remember the date.
No,
But,
yeah.
that Raw is arguably one of my top 3 favorite Raws as well, because everything
Great
changes
Raw.
on that Raw.
I think it might make sense to give him the oval, the Attitude Era one, because we've already got several. We've got quite a few of the other one. But it just feels
listen to this match.
We're moving on, Mark.
It just feels like
January
we're
10th, Shotgun Saturday night. Stone Cold Steve Austin and Cactus Jack defeat The Rock and D'Lo Brown in a Falls Count Anywhere match. When did you see Austin on Shotgun Saturday night?
Yeah, it was a weird one because they were trying to
think about that.
They were trying to push it.
That might have been a dark match.
Yeah, they were doing some. They did a lot of filming on Raw for Shotgun, didn't they? Sometimes, which was fucking mind blowing, really, when you think about how they used to do the filming and what they would splice it up for, and not show that on Raw, but to show it on Shotgun. It just goes to show they were trying to push another Saturday night program, weren't they?
No, but what I'm saying is, I think that probably would have been a fully dark match. It would have been like a post show.
Yeah, after the event itself, quite well.
It says that it aired on Shotgun Saturday night, but I'm just looking at everything that he did in January, and dude, it's.
I'd be shocked if it was. Not to be contrarian.
Need to go and find it. Need to go and look at. Need to go and watch it after this, and then in the next episode of this podcast, go meh to one.
Then I will apologize. Yeah. Anyway. Yeah.
No, but either way, he was. Yeah, I think it makes sense to go with the oval. Just it's the start of as Pepsi Max said, it's the start of a new generation.
That's true. And it's not the new generation anymore.
It's not the new generation, is it? It's the end of the new generation.
It's the only time as well that you'll get the purple strap oval.
Mm-hmm.
So get it out while you can.
True.
Sort of thing.
Well, it's up to you, lads. You know what I'm saying? It's up to you. At the end of the day, I've put him forward. It's up to you. You know what I mean? Also, I've decided to give him because. Right, I was trying to do this in a way which kind of made sense with who he was at the time. Right, I've given him the Macho King Randy Savage mold because and
elbow.
I know it's not yet, but he's got the elbow. Yeah, I know it's not like it's synonymous just yet. Not that I know if it's actually going to be synonymous and impactful at all in the future, obviously. But based on who he is right now, it kind of makes sense to go with that mold for me. Also, more so than anything else that's currently existing anywhere. And it's one of those torsos as well. It's not a highly ripped torso. It's one of those ones that's got the sort of oval six-pack, but without having a six-pack on the Macho King figure. And Rock wasn't ripped to smithereens or anything like that. He was just he was post chubby Maivia days, so he was kind of a bit more svelte, but still. Do you know what I mean? Does that make sense? He wasn't ripped to smithereens. He was. So yeah, that kind of made sense for me. But obviously, I'd give him the proper boots with the whole bit, almost like a strap around the top of the boot with the gap at the back. And there was a plentiful different tights to choose from that were all similar-ish, but there was one. I can't really explain it, but it was more sort of almost slightly comic booky kind of style writing, but ever so slightly bubbly, but it just said The Rock on the back of his trunks. But anyway, yeah, so I'd go for The Rock. That would be my first pick, and I think it's probably a very obvious choice, in my opinion, as to go for him. Next, I'm going to go for it, dude. Yeah, I'll explain them one at a time. I'm going to go for Dude Love. Dude Love Foley entered the Royal Rumble as 3 different Foleys. as we know, in 1998, he entered as started as Cactus Jack, which we'll get on to shortly. Had a 15 seconds as Mankind, and then came in as Foley as well later on, as Dude Love later on, and then he also obviously had a main event match with Austin at Over the Edge as Dude Love as well. I think it's a perfect time to capitalize on Foley and his characters because they were meaningful. Right now, they were kind of like plentiful, and they were like involved in numerous different things. It was really odd seeing Dude Love challenging Austin in a main event as Dude Love, but then also kind of tagging and feuding, well, not feuding, but tagging and doing random shit with Chainsaw Charlie at the same time as Cactus Jack. It wasn't just like Foley main event, and I think people misremember sometimes that when Foley was doing this shtick of the 3 different characters, he was literally at 3 different positions on the card as well, because Mankind was just fucking around in the mid card, right, kind of just randomly when he decided to sort of do anything with him. I suppose the Royal Rumble was the piece de la resistance, really, with that version of Mankind. I don't think that. No, I don't want to talk about the future. We'll leave it there. But yeah, so I went for Dude Love anyway, and I've given him Nasty Boy Sags mold. I think it's quite a good mold for Foley, that kind of heavy stature and the way that the body's shaped and the way he's wearing a shirt and things. You can just mold it slightly. But I'd also give him the fingers. I'd remold his fingers to do that as well. So his fingers do that. So that's how I'd do.
As Dude Love.
Yeah. If you watch any of his, look at any of his promo shots and that, he's doing all this because he's still.
Can I ask?
He's more like that than like that. It's like that kind of thing.
Would you give him his face tights, the dark blue tights, or would you give him his heel light blue? Since you've got me,
I'm tempted to go heel.
Interesting. Okay,
but I don't know.
I'll be honest, because I haven't. This wouldn't count as a veto. But he would have been, if I'd have had the month, I would have had Dude Love with the Love Shack playset.
Yeah,
that would have been like the.
No, that's interesting. That poses to another question. Yeah, that's interesting.
I love the Love Shack. It only lasted like 3 weeks, but I love it. Like
interesting. Okay, interesting.
But you got heel Dude Love.
I'm just going to bear that in mind.
Sorry, I should be swinging you.
I'm going to bear that in mind for future discussions. So yeah, Dude Love. I've also gone for Cactus Jack, and I think we brought Mankind out in a previous series, and he is in the typical brown gear, his debut style gear, if you like, which he was also wearing in this Rumble, and it ties in very, very nicely. And I think it kind of makes sense to get that Cactus Jack, especially when it's this version of the Cactus Jack, where he's in just his typical black attire, with the cool sort of, what are the leopardy snaky skin boot things that he's got, the dotted boots. With that said, I would give him the funnily enough the Nasty Boys knobs mold. and as again, he can do the running elbow thing that he likes to do as Mankind and as Cactus Jack. He does that whole sort of that short arm snappy off the second rope, off the apron elbow thing, and I think it kind of works well for his mold. But I'd also give him the holes in his hands as well to hold weapons, because I think he needs to come with an accessory of a steel chair. I was thinking about a baseball bat, but I don't think, at least in my months, he had a baseball bat and barbed wire or anything like that in any of the matches that he had that I can think of. But
he didn't have many TV matches. He didn't have many TV matches as Cactus between September and when he quit as Cactus in April.
But what was great is he entered the Rumble with a bin, and he used chairs and he used weapons in the actual Rumble as one of the first entrants.
And you've got Sorry, I'm interrupting.
No,
I'm getting excited about your ideas. Well, you've got commentators' tables at ringside, and we haven't had any chairs yet either.
So. Yeah. So I'd give him. My plan was to give him a chair. So yeah, that's so it would basically essentially be probably along the lines of Brian Knobs mold, but with Duggan hands, maybe. I didn't want to go out and out Duggan. I just thought the Nasty Boys mold suited him better than the Duggan mold. I know there's not that much between it, but at least between Sags and Duggan, there's not a huge amount, but there's enough subtleties to make me want to go down the Nasty Boys route rather than the Duggan route. So yeah, Nasty Boys Knobs with his elbow and holes in his hands to hold pins, and he comes with a chair. Leads me on to my next choice, which is Chainsaw Charlie. And I just love the idea of Terry Funk getting a getting a Hasbro, especially as Chainsaw Charlie, because what a character that was, man. And it was, well, we don't know how long it's for, obviously, at this stage, so I won't go into that detail. But I think now's like these first 6 months are his most prominent. And his most, like, in terms of, like, he stands out a lot and he's being used really well. Even if it's in months, I think I'm allowed to talk about months that I didn't have here, but
No,
because it's
can't
in
mention
of
course.
it's in the 6 month period, and it's in between my months. But obviously, one of you might tap into the fact that I don't know, you might not, but there was
I'm sitting here just
match
trying not to say
not to say anything. Yeah,
I seem abnormally quiet, that's why.
No, that's all good. It's all good.
Yeah.
So anyway, he had certain. I'll also say he had certain quite illustrious matches in months between my months in the first half of 1998, where he tag teamed with Cactus Jack. But he also featured in the Royal Rumble, and I thought those two starting the Rumble was one of the funnest starts to at least what I want to say modern Rumble, and that sounds ridiculous, but Attitude Era onwards kind of Rumble. It felt like when Demolition started, like where you got two teammates that are just fucking let's gun for it, bosh, smacking each other to smithereens, and then when somebody else comes down, they stop and then they have a look, and then they do them in, and then they go back to it again. It was perfect. It just sort of encapsulated who they were and what they were about. They were thrust together as a team because of their ideologies rather than because they loved each other, even though they did love each other in real life. But you see what I mean? They were like they were a team because they were mental. That was literally the only common denominator.
Yeah.
They were a team because they were nuts. With Charlie, what I thought I'd go for was like the Jake Roberts mold. I was trying to think of another sort of something that would encapsulate him better, but I couldn't really. I think Jake Roberts mold suits him quite well. Obviously, the tights become more jeans, overallsy kind of things, but he also comes with a chainsaw accessory.
Yeah,
because he has to. It's his gimmick,
got it.
So that open that open hand that the Jake Roberts figure's got is perfect to hold the chainsaw accessory. But also the mold itself lends itself reasonably well to his pile driver style moves that he famously was known for throwing out now and again. He wasn't really somebody who had any kind of specific. He was a brawler, so he didn't really have any kind of specific, signature moves as such. I suppose, like we were talking before about why I was giving the Rock the elbow and things like that.
Mhm.
You can't really sort of elaborate the same way for Chainsaw Charlie, given on what he was doing. So having like a punching hand and then a hand which could do DDTs or could do things like of that nature, but also could hold the chainsaw, just kind of fits in well with him, in my opinion. So Chainsaw Charlie, there's loads more, isn't there?
Right. Yeah, you're only at your halfway point.
Fucking hell. Okay, I'll crack on. Okay, right. It kind of ties into my next two picks, even though it doesn't necessarily theoretically work given the months I've got, but they still work given who they are and other matches that they had. New Age Outlaws, Billy Gunn, Road Dogg. I'm going to go to start off with the attires that they wore at Over the Edge, because I think that's some of the fucking best Outlaws clothes going, where Billy was wearing sort of like really shiny turquoisey. He was just starting to wear the bicycle shorts, the tight shorts, but they were the shiny turquoise ones, which I thought looked fucking brilliant as a kid. I always remember thinking that they looked class, and I was absolutely over the moon when I'm not over the edge. I was over the moon when I found out, when I realized he wore them in that particular match, which I thought were class. So I'd
He
give
had
him them.
a really good BCA figure in that attire. If I
He did,
remember
yeah. It's
Yeah.
like I don't know what you'd class it like. What's the word I'm thinking of that for shiny?
It's like a metallic. Like,
yeah. It's like a really high gloss
Yeah.
metallic kind of finish, isn't it? So yeah, I'd give him those, and I would give and linked to that, I've said Raw Dog as well. Obviously, I'll give him his proper original. Well, not original, but one of the most infamous TX attires I think that he wore, which is like the sort of the black shirt and the black sort of baggy-ish kind of tight things that he wore with the white, more diamondy shaped motifs down the side of them.
We just repainting the roadie.
Not a bad idea.
Could do. I'll say who I've got first because I can't remember what we did for Roddy, and then you can tell me. But for Billy Gunn, right, this is where things get a bit interesting. So I'm starting to dip into modifying the line. Like I think both of you guys possibly suggested doing similar in the past, where we strayed away ever so slightly. But modifying the mold a bit. So I'm gonna go with for Billy Gunn, I'm gonna go with Virgil's figure. Because I think the Virgil stance, it's a bigger version of the Jake Roberts style, if that makes any sense.
Yeah.
And I think statue-wise, it works perfectly for the Billy Gunn. In fact, I think Mattel with their retro kind of almost went down that route in a way. But the one thing I would do that Mattel didn't do, I'd give him the earthquake mechanism on the legs, so he could do the famouser.
So if you
style leg
recall,
drop.
I think it was Pablo that invented it. But in this universe, we have a Jerry Lawler figure that has the that exactly what you're describing.
That's it. And
the Jerry Lawler
is that the
mechanism.
Jerry Lawler we put through? Did he go through on that series that you said that Pablo suggested him?
Yeah, I'm pretty sure.
I know Jerry Lawler's obviously gone through, but I just can't remember if it was based on that mold or not.
I think it was because I can't remember who it was now, but one of my picks, I think from last time, I wanted to have that mechanism. Oh yeah, Owen Hart. I wanted Owen Hart to go through.
You weirdo.
What?
Yeah. No. I think I think the concept of the mechanism is good, and we're not cheating because Earthquake and Typhoon had it, and I think that's fair enough. We're not straying outside of the.
And they're gonna evolve a little bit. I don't think it's like,
It's basically adding that mechanism that they've already created for Earthquake and Typhoon, but to a different existing mold that they've also made. So it'd be essentially it would be the Virgil, stance, which I think personally works pretty well for Billy Gunn, given his size and stature and stuff. But with those style legs, so he can do the famouser. And I think and I was over the moon with that thought. I thought that was a fucking brilliant idea, to be quite honest with you. Although we didn't call it probably the famouser at the time. Just his signature leggy droppy thing that he might have thrown out once or twice. He definitely did it as the Smoking Guns,
He did. He also hit the pile driver a lot as well.
He did, yeah, and that would work a treat for that.
So yeah.
So that's what I would give him. With Road Dog, this is what I thought ages ago in this style. It was essentially Bushwhacker Luke legs. So the ones that aren't not the springy up and down ones, the one that's set apart, back, the ones behind the other one.
Yeah.
So it was that kind of style, because it's like I always think of like Road Dog in those kind of movements, and I don't know why. He's almost walking or strutting or doing something. And I know it's past that point of him being the roadie, but he's still kind of like swaggering about and shit as he's walking.
He still has a lot of those same movements.
He's got those mannerisms, hasn't he? Yeah. So I thought that Bushwhacker Luke legs would be quite good for him. And upper torso as well. I think I just ended up giving him the same. I think we just kept I've changed it, made it like a shirt rather than the thin vest, obviously different molded torso. But
I'm like 99% sure that's what we did for the roadie.
Possibly is, but I'd give him a hole in the hand for a microphone, because we don't have a microphone yet, and he was obviously not famous for chattering on all the way down to the ring. So I think having a proper Raw is War microphone would be a great addition, because then obviously that can be used for other characters, maybe that might come to fruition at different points as well. But I think it made sense. Have the hole in the hand for the microphone makes a lot of sense to me. And he'd be fucking full on long dread plaits as well. None of this tied up shit or whatever. Like full on long, these proper long ones that he had for that period of time. as well, because I thought that they looked class. So yeah, that's the Road Dogg and Billy Gunn. They were over as fuck as well at the time. You know what I mean? I mean, like,
Oh yeah.
bear in mind, literally, the space of the 6 months that we're playing with between my initial option of January and what I've got in May, they essentially went from heel to face in that time without changing anything about their actor, who they were, or what they did. Like, the crowd just fucking loved them. By the point May came across it over the edge when they were in the match against the Nation of Domination, it was monstrously obvious who the favourites were and who the fan favourites were and who the faces were. And given as well, we had other hijinks with DX on the build up as well, which clearly just, you know, turned them into faces, whether we wanted them to be or not, whatever. So yeah, I think it's capturing that really early face period for me, like just at that change when they were hot as fuck. And they were coming off the back of a really monstrous first few months in '98, or the matches that you guys have got in your particular months. You know what I mean? There's some infamous shit that they did. So yeah, Nation of Domination. Sorry, New Age Outlaws. My last two leads me on to, and I've left these two to last on purpose, even though they're not necessarily the kind of the upper echelons of the character names I've gone with, but there's reasons to why I'm mentioning them, and I'm hoping that you guys have gone with other people that they wrestled with because of certain things that happened. I've gone with the Headbangers, Mosh and Thrasher. So I'd give Thrasher straight off the bat. I'd give Thrasher the red skirt, and I'd give Mosh the black. Oh no, the other way around. I'd give Mosh the red skirt. Sorry, Thrasher the black skirt. And with Thrasher, I'd give him the Roddy Piper torso because it makes sense not to reuse Roddy Piper. In fact, I've made customs of them before with the kilt. The one different thing is that I'm going to do here, it's a brand new mechanism. So, you know how we've discussed the earthquake legs, and I've utilized those for Billy Gunn, that style. I'm going to make the idea of having a brand new, I'm trying to see if I've got anybody behind me really quickly I can give an example with here, and I don't think I have. Shit, can't reach anybody. But if you've got anybody to hand that does the leg movements, whether it's Earthquake or whether it's Nikolai Volkov or anybody like that, you might have. If you don't worry. But you know what I'm on about, the kind of character I'm on about. If you can imagine where the legs join, right?
Mm-hmm.
And then you've got the crotch bit in the middle. What I want to do here is utilize that, but obviously that means it's gonna be delved into the kilt. So the idea is that the kilt, so both legs would essentially move upwards and downwards at the same time, rather than it just being one or the other. There'd be one piece that moves together at the same time, because of the way that the skirt would wrap around underneath where that mechanism would naturally finish. It's difficult to really explain, but I'll try and sort of give an example of it before we get to the end later on. And the reason why I want to do that is because of the finishing move, the stage dive. So when he's on the top rope, he does essentially both of his legs go out for the leg drop, while Mosh has just done a weird power bomb. Thrasher drops down with a leg drop, you know, from the top rope, and I think it's such a synonymous finishing move. It would be unfortunate if I can't change the mechanics of the figure to be able to do that. So essentially, just imagine the Roddy Piper figure, but because of the way the mechanism works in the crotch, both legs can move up and move down, almost potentially not spring loaded, but you know what I mean. They set, and then you can set them back again into standing position. So that was my idea for Thrasher. For Mosh, exactly the same, but without the need of the. But they would probably do it just for the sake of having it. We could have made the mold. But in my head, it doesn't have to be. It can just be the normal Roddy Piper mold. But I've also given him like sort of slightly slimline version, if you like, of Sid's arms. And the reason I've given that is because he sets up the finishing move with a powerbomb. You know, so Mosh kind of does a massive fucking powerbomb on his opponent, and then Thrasher does a leg drop off the top rope for the finisher. So I'd give him the the Gorilla Press arms, but they don't have to be fucking massive. They're just sort of slimline, like Jake thickness or whatever. You know what I mean? Like
I think
they're not ripped or anything. Like
Figure
slimline
Collections
versions.
did, or was it Cella at the time? Did that style arm for Mosh, didn't they?
Yeah,
I think they might have. I'm just seeing if I
Yeah.
can spot them over there. If they did, well, there you go. But I can't remember off the top of my head. They possibly did. But yeah, I think that could work a treat because then you can do the power bomb, and then it makes sense in my world. Now, not only do I want them to win because they're class and I love them to bits. Just a carrot dangle here. Unfortunately, in the month I had them, I couldn't put the NWA tag team titles on them. So I can't give them those belts as accessories, unfortunately.
Yeah.
But obviously there are a couple of other teams in different months that had those belts that I couldn't pick. And I'll end on that note. Over to our sponsors. Quick word from our sponsors.
J&J Figures offers a huge array of collectible wrestling action figures and merchandise, including highly limited and exclusive releases. You can order their products at www.jjfigures.com. Or you can catch their stall at wrestling conventions and events across the USA. Their products are solely intended for your collecting pleasure.
Thank you very much, sponsors. And now I'm going to pass over on that note. I think that's all 8 I've mentioned now. So I'm going to pass over with that cliffhanger to Joe and see who he's picked for.
Well, I will
the months.
lift you from that cliff and tell you I don't have any NWA Tag Team Champions. I have all 8 characters up here. I don't know if you saw any or not. But man, this is a good looking series. So, I have February and April of 98, obviously. One thing that baffled my mind, and maybe you're just hoping somebody else picks them, is you all got so upset that I didn't let a certain character through last time with my veto card. So this is my apology card. And we've got Kane. So normal, almost very, very similar to what Mattel has done here. I was thinking about, like, similar to the Undertaker arm, but I actually think like a proper Gorilla Press Kane would be pretty cool looking. So that's the way I'm gonna go with the mechanics. So this is like, I think this is like Mattel's like version of the Gorilla Press, right? But obviously the more classic Hasbro arms. You can still do a choke slam. It is what it is. I think that would be fun. That typical Kane attack, really not too much.
The arms, you can snap the arms down as well for the fire. Like that.
That's true. That's a very good point. Yeah, I didn't even think of that. I mean, I thought of that, and that's exactly why I picked it. My second pick is somebody returning to the line after we picked him however many series ago. Stone Cold Steve Austin with blue Big Eagle WWF Championship. So similar to this, it's gonna be oh, I'm sorry, I actually changed it last minute. It is Austin, but not similar to this mold. He is gonna have a molded on Austin 316 type vest. And he's gonna have our new Jerry Lawler action that we were just talking about a few moments ago for the stunner. So he can sit down and do the stunner. So that'll be fun. Similar reasoning to what you said with The Rock. Top guy, at this time needs a new figure. That being said, about The Rock, kids in my universe are just gonna have to keep using their Rocky Maivia figure because you're not getting one this series. Sorry. Next up, actually, the rest of my series is all tag teams, not necessarily 2-packs, but
that's 2.
the New Age Outlaws. So, yep, that's 2 for them. Very similar thoughts with Billy Gunn. I didn't have him with the new legs, but I actually gave him a Papa Shango mold. A little bit taller, not super ripped, but definitely, heftier than the Jake mold. So that's that. And then Road Dogg, fully agree with you on the longer dreads. I had just the basically a reuse of the roadie body mold, which I can't remember. He might have had an open hand too for a microphone or whatever else. So I agree with that. I'm good with that. I do have them coming with the tag team titles. My attire was the earlier attire where Billy Gunn is actually going to have like the longer tights on. But if they're getting voted in, I would probably opt for the attire that you said, Fox. So that's good. But maybe with the tag team titles,
Yeah, I completely forgot to say, like, when I had them with tag titles as well. I just completely forgot to mention it.
Sure.
So
sure you did.
we're on.
Sure. Okay, and then this is funny because I went back and forth between this team and the Headbangers, and I decided not to go with the Headbangers. Although I would like the Headbangers, but I think this is an overdue team. I went for them last time, but Godwins, I believe, I didn't double check this, but I believe they are still sporting the no shirt underneath the overalls at this time. A little bit more attitude-y than the new gen Godwins.
Very Texasy, no shirt, Texasy kind of
yeah
vibe.
Well, I'm guessing you wouldn't put a Confederate flag T-shirt on because they did kind of venture between that and that. Yeah.
I would not. Just
why not?
Yeah. I'll just leave it at no.
BCA's did it.
Yeah, that's true. They did.
Different time,
but a lot of toys did back then. And,
yeah, they did.
Whatever. But yeah. So what I had was looking at these ones that Hastel did. Probably pretty similar. Obviously, there's no actions here. But this is kind of similar to like the IRS, huh?
Yeah.
Similar, yeah. So I had IRS, and the other mold I had would have been similar to like Nails. These two. So, not married to that. I could be convinced otherwise because I know Pablo probably has the Godwins on his list too. He's
Scowls instead of smiles as well, yeah?
Oh, yeah, for sure.
Angry faces.
And slop bucket with Henry. I don't know if he still carried it then, but I think it's doable. Gives us a new accessory.
Yeah, I think it's fair enough.
And my last two. Oh gosh, hold on one sec.
What have you done?
Fumble on the play.
Rock and Roll Express.
Quite literally a fumble. So this is why I don't normally do magnets with my customs, because things like that happen. But to show you, Chainsaw Charlie, and Cactus Jack. And very similar to what we have here. The Chainsaw Charlie is... I went back and forth if I wanted to do this. I don't like doing customs with the clothesline arm because... Not getting too deep into things, but resin doesn't... It's not friendly with the clothesline arm. It breaks too easily. So I thought about doing a clothesline arm, but I think this would work as well.
I think it
probably
looks great
similar. Yeah, similar to like a Jake the Snake type arm on one side, and then very similar to what you said with the open hand to hold a chainsaw, which obviously he would come with. So that's that. And the legs are a little bit more like the Bushwhacker wider stance ones. So that's good. Cactus Jack, actually kind of similar to like a Mr. Perfect, so he could do the DDT. And I do have him with the Bang Bang hands as well. So, new molding, little heavier body, a little more dad bod-ish than Mr. Perfect was. And hold on to your boots. With either one of them, I'm using a playset card.
Lord.
And this playset is going to be reminiscent of something that happened in February. I don't know if it's what y'all were alluding to when we were talking earlier. No, probably not. But
however,
this is going to be the hardcore entrance stage playset. And so
nice.
Obviously it's giving us an entrance stage. So the entrance stage is going to be got a nice little explanation here. About, give or take, 14 inches wide. And it's about, the platform for the stage is going to be about 2 inches tall. Not huge. It'll have a little ramp coming down the front. On the stage, the entrance tunnel is similar to like the Titantron Live, that first one. It's going to be like a truss tunnel, and in the middle will be like a probably plastic, but a quote unquote curtain, and it'll have the WWF Attitude logo on there. And on the stage itself, keeping with the Hasbro theme, is going to be 2 little embedded tracks. And on one side, it's going to be like a little Hot Wheel like launch, and on the other side is going to be a little stopper. Why would I do this, you ask? Because the set is going to come with a dumpster that can go right in those little tracks. One of my favorite Raws ever. Yeah. You can pull back the thing like a little Hot Wheels car, and this dumpster is probably going to be like this tall. It's not going to be a really like in scale, but it's going to be big enough for 2 figures to stand in.
Yeah.
So they've been placed in, or you can put them face down, whatever it is. Yeah. But it's not going to be huge because this
like
stage,
the one
I'm trying to
the
keep
mini
it
ring.
realistic.
The mini Jacks one, like the mini figures one.
The Survivor Series.
Yes. Yeah, I do remember that one now. Yep. So obviously you can do. Yeah, that's perfect. Actually, send me that.
All right.
If you could.
Let me see if I can randomly fit a gold dust in there. Yeah, it might be a bit bigger than this, but yeah, you get 2 of them in there, kind of thing.
I mean, yeah, very similar. It would probably be a little bit bigger.
A touch bigger, but yeah.
Yeah, and it'll have kind of like nice wheels on it, so that way you can do the little mechanism, launch the dumpster, and when it hits the stopper on the other side, it's basically gonna flip the dumpster up, which I know isn't what happened when they pushed them off the ramp, but it's a toy and it's going to be a lot more fun.
And
they're going to launch like right out of the dumpster, and the dumpster's going to go flying, and you're going to wake up your parents playing with this thing at 11:30 at night. Okay, so the contents of the playset. Now that I've explained that, you get the stage, the dumpster, obviously. You get, remember, this is a hardcore entrance stage playset. So you're going to get a chair, a ladder, a table, and a baseball bat.
Excellent.
Whether or not it has barbed wire, either way, I'm okay with it. But, and a microphone. I'll toss a microphone in there too. I know you gave one with Road Dogg, but there's a lot of talking going on in this era. So, so that's that. There's my playset card.
Who are you attaching? Who are you attaching that to?
So I don't either one.
So you have to pick one,
actually,
just in case one gets through and the other doesn't.
Yeah.
You have to be firm about who
we'll attach it to Chainsaw Charlie.
Okay, interesting.
Yeah. So it's also.
I'm shocked because he also comes with a chainsaw, whereas Cactus wouldn't have anything.
Yeah. I think Cactus will sell better on his own.
Okay, you're a madman with wild ideas.
I think you can't look into the future, but
love it.
But there's a really good Cactus deal later on down the line. So you may make a Cactus another time if Chainsaw Charlie makes the run.
I think Cactus has got 2 votes now anyway, so he's definitely going to be in the discussion.
And so does Chainsaw.
He's going to be it all depends on what Pablo comes up with.
Yeah.
Fucking here we go. Max Mini, fucking El Toro.
So that's
find
it.
Out after the break.
That's my 8. So Kane, Austin, the Outlaws, the Godwins, and Chainsaw Charlie and Cactus Jack, and almost everybody except for Kane and ironically Cactus Jack comes with an accessory.
Comes with something.
So, yeah.
Interesting.
Pretty cool.
I love it.
Stuff. All right, let's go to our sponsor.
Rock and Roll Collectibles is the UK's leading independent nostalgia-filled merchandise store. So if it's exclusive wrestling figures, trading cards and Funko Pops, or music, pop culture, or horror-themed treasures that you're after, make the trip to their Birmingham-based store or head to www.rockandrollcollectibles.com.
Okay, and we're back. Pablo, take it away, my friend. Thank you to our sponsors.
I wasn't ready. What? Okay. So, well, are you ready? My choices, well, not choices, my ones that were picked, my months were March and June. And again, things are moving at such a breakneck speed. It's slightly off topic, but I was watching, even at the time, I remember watching SummerSlam 98 when the Outlaws faced Mankind and Kane didn't show up until the end. And they were talking about how earlier that year, the Outlaws had thrown Cactus and Chainsaw off the dumpster, off the thing. That felt like a different lifetime at that point. And that was only 6 months before. So many things were happening at that point. Crazy. Mm-hmm. So anyway. So yeah, I have March and June. Now, one of my choices that I was hoping for, and I had to do a little research in this because it was a one-time appearance in this outfit, and it wasn't. It was February, and it, as I was saying, just off air, that it could have been a re-release, and you wouldn't have had to change anything, and you could have released it as a different person altogether. I don't know if anything comes to mind there. No, the silence says no. I wanted the artist formerly known as Goldust as Dusty Dust. But that was February. That could have been such an easy re-release. And I mean, it would have lowered the value something rotten on the original Dusty Rhodes figure. But yeah, I really wanted that, and I would have absolutely picked that. But anyway, so down to one side.
Very quick, Ben, what you've just said. Sorry. the amount of times I wrote Goldust down and then between the different sort of random sexy attires that he was wearing, and then I thought, which parents are buying that for little Jimmy for Christmas?
Goldust dressed as Sable, yeah.
The green one with the big hits and the fucking gag. Oh yeah. Anyway,
trying to think of like a figure that like my parents bought for me that they were like, "Is this a wrestling figure?" Probably Jacqueline, at the time, or maybe the Stomp Sable in a bikini.
Signature series BCA Jacqueline. There's a reason why there was 3,000 of them left in every peg, and it's grands weren't buying them. Put it that way.
Okay, so March and June. So March, the month of WrestleMania. And as a collector, WrestleMania 14 is kind of my cut-off point as well. Not at the time, I went heavy into the Attitude Era and everything, but retrospectively, I have a strict cut-off at WrestleMania 14 because that is such a end of the previous era, start of the new era. And don't get me wrong, the Raw after Mania 14 was one of my favorite Raws of all time. Everything changed on that Raw. There are so many segments with debuts, with returns, etc. It almost feels like a different company from the night before. So the fact that I could have the night after Mania is great, but I didn't really venture into that with March. So my first two choices, which would require basically all new parts. I don't think we could get away from this unless we use some of the. Did we have a Lundra at one point?
Yeah.
Okay, so we could eat.
We have got. We had Lundra came out in Series 14 with Azure.
Okay, so well, in the sense that Mattel keep using the same female body, I think I'm gonna do this because it's too much of a faff on basically to make new parts, and I just think that they would probably do this. So usually one of the most highest rated and popular segments building up to WrestleMania 14 was the Sable Luna feud. People were desperate for them to get their hands on each other because that type of thing did not happen with women in the WWF at that time. So my first two choices would be Sable and Luna, specifically from WrestleMania 14. So Sable in her wrestling gear, Luna in her silver and gold gear. So those would be my two, and it would just be the Alundra torso repainted and a skirt added to Luna, as they did with the BCA at the time. And yeah, I think that match actually, because WrestleMania 14 is like the perfect WrestleMania to me. Just in terms of build-up, in terms of execution. I know everyone loves 17, but if Austin didn't turn heel, I think it would be up there, but I can't enjoy Austin turning heel. So 14 is just beginning to end, just the perfect show for me. So yeah, Luna and Sable. So in that vein, my third choice for March would be Goldust specifically from that match, reusing other Goldust parts. So he's silver. Yes, he does have a black negligee teddy. I think would probably be painted just like strictly black. So you wouldn't get parents questioning and stuff. Did the other Goldust come with a wig?
Yeah.
Our previous Goldust.
Yeah,
so
must have. Yeah.
So the wig would be painted black this time. It would be a black wig, and it would be a silver, red, and black gear. Now, you would think I would go with Mero for the fourth one, but I'm not. And I wish I had it on me. But I'm going to play a character card. Does anyone have this with them? Because I don't. Imagine I'm holding a character card.
Not to
hold your doink cushion.
No.
Hold your doink cushion.
To cut you off, though.
Yes.
The character card adds a character.
Oh, it does, doesn't it?
Yeah. So that wouldn't be part of your 8.
Okay, no, well then, I will not use my character card. I will.
I figured you'd throw Mero in now that I said that, but okay.
No. Because I'm not surprised that no one's picked him, but I kind of am because he is arguably the thing that turned everything round in the first like 3 or 4 months, and I would have Mike Tyson. Now Tyson would be shirt mold with the jeans, and he would also have the Virgil punch.
Yeah, great idea.
And if we have these kind of like availability to do this kind of thing, I just don't see how you can't have a Mike Tyson. Or okay, I will go character card, and I'll have Tyson and Austin as a double pack. And Austin will be in blue jeans with the Austin 316 shirt.
Okay.
That will be my character card. Mark is a character card in himself. So I will hold up Mark. He's the bloody Joker. That's it. Yeah.
To be fair, I didn't have my playset card.
I'm underneath Mark, so if I just put my hand up like that, it'll look like I'm holding him up.
Looks like you got your hand up me, mate, based on how the screen looks.
How does that feel?
Mark turned into a little puppet.
Lift yourself up. Lift yourself up.
Oh my God! Now
Lift
that
yourself
we're
up.
definitely getting thrown off the air now.
And then back down.
Yeah.
There we go.
For those of you listening on Spotify, good choice this week.
Yeah,
good choice.
I did forget about that. So anyway, Tyson and Austin, that is my character card. Very much played.
Well, hang on. Who's your character card? Who's your character out of the two?
Tyson.
So Tyson's the character. Okay, cool.
Yes.
So that means Austin has 2 votes now.
Yep.
It's true.
So looking pretty good for your little Mike Tyson.
It's all part of my little cunning plan. Anyway, so then we have June, and again things are massively different by the month of June. I'm playing it a little more safer here, but I think these are characters that could either will be made or need to be changed a little. So my first one will be Owen Hart in his Danger outfit, using all the same mold, but with because did he have short hair? Did he have hard foundation hair?
Yeah.
He didn't have the flat top though, did he?
Try to remember when he fully cut it off.
Well, he right. Okay, so he got the flat top.
What was the event?
For Owen.
Yeah,
I'm gonna go. I'm going King of the Ring.
King of the Ring 98.
King of the Ring 98. So he did have some facial hair.
Was that against X-Pac? Yeah.
That was against
you had it. So you had the sort of really brushed back, kind of like to just underneath chin length at the back, but like proper greased.
Yeah.
Slick back, comb back.
Yeah. Well, if we're giving them a new head, I'm also going to, and this could be controversial, mold sunglasses, because he also had black shades, a lot around that time. Yes, exactly that. That's exactly what I would go for. That.
And I hate it when you first said it, but.
And I, want every. I know we don't know what's to come, but I want every Owen Hart possible, and So
and
my
that
second
Owen Hart as well. It's like not just the attire, but adding the sunglasses weirdly makes him that much more different from our previous Owen Hart that we've already.
That's true.
Added. Yeah. It's not just a costume change; it's like additional stuffage. You know what I mean?
And he was still being used very well at that time, and he was still prominent. And people forget he was co-leader of the Nation with the Rock at that point as well. And deserves a new figure at that point. So second choice would be for June, Dan the Beast Evran. And this would be a chance to get an NWA title out. Which would be the accessory. Now, I would mold the T-shirt. Very nice.
I think that makes sense.
Nice. I would mold the T-shirt. I would paint, kind of like when the UFC figure that came out that had the wet actually put onto the T-shirt, which I thought was really nice, from the bottle of water. I would have him a little bit wet, two-tone grey T-shirt, molded on, and yeah, he would come with the NWA belt. So I'm not entirely sure about poses, etc. With that one. Is the thing. So
For me, right, and it was initially
welcome.
in terms of posture, I can't help but think that the Bulldog Sid posture is the right kind of just the bulk,
Kind
if
of
that
think
makes
it
any
would
sense.
be.
But
Yeah.
I don't know if that does work, but not necessarily with his move set.
No.
So maybe you go for
Perfect arms, like sort of.
Yeah, because then you can get into leg locks and arm locks and stuff like that.
Or the Hogan bear hug arms, so you can do things like the belly to belly. Actually, I think I would go for that. That might be controversial.
No, it's not, because the rest of that
I don't hate
Hogan figure fits in with the Sid Bulldog shape and size anyway. So
Okay,
I think
well, I'm going to go for that.
Shout.
And it's unique, and I think with a plain looking figure, he needs a bit of help selling, basically, which is a shame, but I think it is just true. NWA belt, because I think that would be the one that they would have the access to, even though he had the UFC whatever belt, the I can't even remember which ones, but yeah, I mean he had like a million belts, but the NWA belt would be the one, and I think would appeal across the board.
And it wouldn't be out of the question to have that either, because of the NWA crossover during this first 6 months. And the belts were featuring on TV as competitive belts as well. They weren't just like excess, it wasn't just like an angle medal. You know what I mean? It was like a wow. Okay.
Yeah. Okay.
Angle
so
should have defended his gold medal, huh? Sorry, go on.
So my third one, because we did talk about Owen Hart, it would be his opponent from King of the Ring '98. It would be X-Pac. Now we're looking at new mold by this point. Either that, or we go kind of Smoking Guns, Billy Gunn, skinny legs, with painted singlet. But I just feel that I can see him having a new mold at this point, because things are moving forward, and he would have the sunglasses and the bandana, because I think every X-Pac kind of did at that point with the BCA.
And it's the red, black, and silver one, isn't it, as well?
It's the red, black, and silver one. Well, he had two attires at this point, so it would be the red, black, and silver, not the one that he had slightly later, which was just more red and black. So yeah, with the giant silver X on the front and everything, and I just DX. Buying BCAs at the time, it was so like cool and modern to have something like DX figures on the shelf.
Of course
which it was just one of those things, like you just really felt cool even having them. And there were figures that weren't done and stuff like that. So yeah, an X-Pac is for me a given for that. And he made his return in June as a wrestler.
What's the mold? You said a new mold. What have you got in mind then? The idea of having a new mold?
Because I think there will be. I mean, we don't know this again, but I just get the feeling that there will be more X-Pacs. But again, we don't know this. But I just think see, that is the hard thing. But I think you need the kick pads. With the thin leg.
Sorry. I thought you meant like a new mech. So it'd be an existing mech, like an existing style, but with molded pieces on it. You mean
new tooling on it? Yeah.
So like a Jake Roberts, Billy Gunn style, Smoking Gun style mold, but with.
I feel like
fair enough.
We're doing a lot of new tooling all the time. I think it's the mechanisms.
I don't think. I think having molds isn't out of the question anyway. When you think of Greg Valentine, Hasbro had his own unique kick pad on one leg.
Yeah,
that's true.
So
Nails, Giant Gonzalez, they were all unique. Skinner.
Skinner's the one I always think of. Like, head to
wild,
toe.
What a wild idea that was.
That's the thing. I keep forgetting, to be honest, how many unique molds Hasbro had. So it's just like, I need to play with that a little more. So Anyway, the fourth one would be, and again using the female body, would be China, because China is needed at this point, because we've got the Outlaws, We've got a variation of Triple H. Hopefully, we're going to have an X-Pac. China is as over as anyone in that company. You can just paint the tights and then paint the holes in the tights. BCA molded the holes, but you don't necessarily need to go that far.
Yeah. I was just, for whatever reason, as soon as you said that, I had in my head the second beefcake figure with the holes in the tights. But yeah, it's a bit different, so it won't quite work. But yeah.
Mm-hmm.
No, I think using the female mold makes sense. I can't argue with that.
Yeah, because I mean, she had kind of the halter top, which I'm sure like every woman will have as a standard a halter top underneath their gear, because they're not just going to paint a bra. It's not going to be like the Jack's RA figures that just had actual lingerie bras. It will be the halter top, and you can just paint that black. You can have, you can paint the boots black. You can have a bit of silver on there.
It's an easy repaint, really.
I mean, if I wish I could, but I would have the arms folded. But I'm sticking with. I just feel that they would just reuse the bodies at this point, like they did with the China, the Mattel one. I think it's the same body as Elizabeth, and so like.
Do you know the only thing I would maybe suggest slightly differently? The only one thing I would pull on it is maybe give her different arms, because she's muscular arms.
Okay.
So maybe instead of giving her the typical slim, thin Alundra arms, think about another figure. Especially, she's known for throwing her elbow as well. Like that was her signature kind of attack, really. I can't think of who off the top of my head, but I mean, like even somebody like the Martel arms could work on the something like that. You know what I mean? Where she's got like. They're quite sort of, they're not doing anything massive and elaborate. They're quite stone, but then you can still kind of do like that mechanism with her or whatever.
Then in that case, I would use the Shawn Michaels arms because they've got the painted gloves.
Mm-hmm.
Or the molded gloves, which you did wear sometimes, not all the time, but yeah, and she can low blow, all that kind of stuff. So yeah, the Michaels arms is fine. So yeah, that would be my grade 8 from March and June of 1998. And
tapping onto your China figure there, just very very quickly about to mind. One of the funniest customs I ever saw in my life was we're talking like early 2000s, and it was so good and scary at the same time. It was of China. And they used the Papa Shango body and torso because it was just that staunch kind of tall.
With kind of boobs.
With kind of boobs,
yeah,
right?
That's true.
And a Greg Valentine head.
Oh boy.
Greg Valentine head.
Work really well.
Because he does look like a dinner lady, Greg Valentine, doesn't he?
Yes, he does.
He does. He looks like several of my aunties. He's just, but him was just dark. It was so. It's just like, God, I can really see it.
Yeah. Oh,
it was so good. But yeah, sorry. Back over to you.
Oh, yeah. Anyway, so yeah, I don't know where to go from that.
You've made it so fucking difficult, man. Like that lineup there. I'm like, holy shit.
Well, that would be my 8. Okay. I considered.
So hard.
I would have had Dude Love with the Love Shack, and that would have been my play set. But that was April, and May. And yeah, I did go back and forth on a few. I was also thinking Chainsaw at one point because I had March. But I was also thinking specifically as Mania 14, where he was kind of backing away from the Chainsaw gimmick a little more. But no, I think that's with an eye on the present sort of thing at those times. That would be my 8. So yeah, I'm gonna throw it back over to you, Mark.
This is so difficult now because honestly, like, I thought if you weren't going to go down a similar-ish routes to what we'd gone down, whilst I'd have loved your picks, they wouldn't have really got a look in if they weren't somewhere. Do you know what I mean? If they weren't on piece with the bigger names, but the names that you've chosen, because I knew you were going to go off piece. But when I say off piece, I don't mean that in any kind of negative way. I mean that in you haven't gone for necessarily the main eventers necessarily. You know what I mean?
Okay.
And because I was trying to go down that route, and I thought, how could I not go for the big names when they're starting to be prevalent, and they're taking up at least 3/4 of every Raw that's on in terms of the TV time, and they're going to push the main eventers. So that's what pushed me down that route. Because believe me, it crossed my mind to go for Max Mini for a laugh. Because of course it did. Because of course it did. And then like at this time frame as well, I had Tucker tagging with fucking Bradshaw. And I'm just like, man, there's so many amazing options here. And Ace Choices has done fuck all to help at all. I thought it would do great things to help, but it really hasn't helped.
I know, honestly,
the way I was hoping for it to.
I was thinking, oh yeah, we got 2 extra choices, so I'm gonna throw in like some wrestle crap, But no, you don't have that.
You can't. You've just got more of a chance to add an extra tag team, and that's about it. Yeah. But it's like, but then it made me think, right? Should we have gone down the choice of, well, let's do 4 quarters and just keep the 6 figures, but do it quarterly rather than half a year, and then you know what I mean. You get more in that way. But we've chosen our route
for 1999.
Yes, absolutely.
So,
but I didn't think it was going to be this difficult at 98.
I know. I thought 98 would be able to get through with 2, but
this is really difficult. This is really okay. Right, let's go down the the double names, if you like, the ones where they've had more than one vote.
Yep.
And obviously there's a bit of discussion to be had about certain attires and things like that, right?
Mm-hmm.
So we've got 2 votes for Billy Gunn. We've got 2 votes for Road Dogg, and they come with the tag team titles. And I think we're pretty much on agreement with their attires, and it'd be easy enough to work out between us the mechs and stuff like that. So we'll go through that shortly.
I'm going to get a vote.
Sorry.
No, you go first.
I'm sorry. Did they have the tag titles at Over the Edge?
They had them. Yes, they did. Yeah.
Okay, good.
They did.
Good. Yeah, so I'm totally fine with going with the because that's what you said, right? The Over the Edge attires.
Yeah, which is the obvious. They had a BCA out as well of them, but Road Dogg with his black sort of sleeveless shirt with DX on the front of it. I think off the top of my head, can't even remember which version.
Yeah, so I'm good with the Over the Edge.
And then the white Cassell boots that he had as well. He had the sort of white coloured things that he wore.
Because I've chosen expat, I will agree with the attire that you've chosen, but I've always wanted that early Outlaws attire with Billy with the long black or blue tights. So I'm a bit gutted
I didn't hate that. Yeah, that ended up being my era, but
I didn't have much of a choice. I went back to have a look. I went back to have a little look, and they were usually wearing stupid, silly gimmick outfits like American football shirts and stuff like that. So it made it difficult to kind of They were they were dressed as other people that were a different coloured skin at a different time as well, didn't they?
This is
not going.
This is the era of the Road Dogg where he wore at least on one Raw. I don't remember which particular one where he had the shirt that was spray painted "Look, Mom, no curse," because they were running the Armstrong curse over in WCW, and I thought that was hilarious.
Brilliant. It's excellent. But they kept wearing, it was the cheap. They kept wearing cheap heat attires, so wearing the opposite, American football shirt or whatever. At the opposition's town and things like that.
Shirts.
South Park, and I just thought, right, what can we realistically do here? So I thought
he actually wore Job Squad shirt. Sorry, an Al Snow shirt on the
Raw. That's true.
Yeah. So I hear what you're saying. I think I wanted to have long tights Billy at one point, but then I looked at what I had option wise, and I thought it kind of makes sense to go with what they've got plans for him to do at that time, because if that's his new attire and that's the way that they're going to go, then the month I had it kind of made sense. So, but anyway, Billy and Road Dogg, Cactus and Chainsaw have both got two votes, and Austin's got 2 votes as well. Now, I think Joe's Austin was going to be a molded vest. Is that right, Joe? Did you say a molded vest?
Yeah, so it was going to be a molded vest with the blue Big Eagle
Yeah.
And Pablo was going to be the Austin 316 shirt and jeans.
Yeah. Was it short jeans or jeans? I can't remember.
No, long jeans.
Long jeans.
So,
and obviously, if given the rules, Tyson can only go in if Pablo's Austin goes in.
And can we give Pablo's Austin the blue Big Eagle?
No.
Was he wearing it then?
He wasn't champion.
Well, he wasn't champion at that moment, but he definitely wore the same street gear.
Right after Mania 14, he went with the SCU shirt. He actually wore it just before Mania. That was kind of his second T-shirt. Actually, no, there wasn't. There was the one with the eyes as well. But for me, I couldn't have him with the with the Big Eagle. If it's referencing pre-Mania 14.
Well, yeah.
And that would be me. But I mean, at the same time,
and that makes sense. At the same time, I can't see Hasbro and WWE bringing out an Austin without that belt in that time frame. If they're bringing them out, it's like they're going to push him as the champion. You get the free belt and things like that to go with it. If that makes sense, it's a real tricky one. I'm thinking from the toy maker's perspective and WWE's perspective, they're going to push the fact he's champion and want everybody to see the new belt and it comes with a figure and things like that.
Because Mania 14 was when Austin won the belt for the first time, right? He won the Winged Eagle. The next night was when it was either the next night or the week after. That's when they swapped the belts. What if they comboed the belts? Because Austin's the last. He's the last Winged Eagle champion, and he's the first Big Blue champion, right? Big Blue plated belt. What if? Just throwing that out there.
Don't hate it.
You have two options with the belts.
I don't hate it.
I get the feeling that if they were to do that, I can't see them doing it because when you watch that Raw, first thing Austin does is throw that belt down as if it's a sign of the past. He throws it on Vince's shoe actually when it hurts his foot. I think it was a conscious decision to move away from the old at that point. I just can't see that. I can't see them retrospectively at that point. Now they would, but I can't see them at that point.
Like
they
Mattel
have the new
released like a defining moments Austin that came with both. But,
and Smoking Skull as well.
And the Smoking Skull belt, But you're right. I don't think they would.
Fair play.
At the time, you're right. They're getting away from it.
At the time as well. Can I just say as well with the Austin 316 shirt? And this is looking at it at the time as well. If you watch the advert for the BCAs, with the first Austin to come with the Austin 316 shirt, that's how it was advertised. On the advert it says comes with Austin 316 shirt. And I think that would have been just as much of a selling point as the belt.
Realized.
To be honest,
I forgot that I was wearing it. I
think the branding of that would actually be more, I know it sounds mental, but maybe more important than the belt.
Let's keep this factor in mind very, very quickly as well. Okay. Because this line, the series covers January to June, as in the end of June, that's when Hasbro's cut-off point is the end of June, so we can retrospectively look back at every single day before the end of June all the way back to the start of January. And then it doesn't necessarily, I'm trying to think of a way where it can basically tie together where Austin... God, this is so difficult because
we're haggling now, aren't we?
Haggling with our own rules. I don't think we should.
Yeah.
I think it's basically either it's post-Mania Austin with the belt, or it's Austin and Tyson pre-Austin winning the belt. Is that what was
so
that the discussion? That's where we are, right? Isn't it?
Essentially.
And it's arguably the only, if we're looking at theoretics of what we've got here, we know we've got until the end of June, so we know that that's the end of Tyson unless he comes back in the future to do something else. But it's a one and done, isn't it? It's the event and then he's fucking gone. the belt. It's the new belt.
And that's probably what the
gonna be around
contract
for a while.
was. So not to get
Yeah.
too deep into that, but like, I think it's safe to say that we know, you know, unless he re-signs in the future, which we have no reason to believe would happen, we kind of know
Yeah.
this is the only chance for Tyson. So
Yeah. Well, chaps, yeah.
So here's the thing, to throw another, you know, stick into this fire. I will concede to pre-Mania Austin so that we can get Tyson, but if we're not doing the blue Big Eagle, we're not doing the purple Intercontinental for this round. There ain't no way we can go into the colored championships without having that blue Big Eagle.
I have to agree with that. I can't. They wouldn't. They wouldn't do it. They wouldn't.
Yeah.
At the end,
Yeah.
I hate that. You bunch of fucking bastards. I might veto Austin and fuck yous both off.
This is why I love these debates.
Oh.
And then on the flip side of that, with Chainsaw Charlie, do we get the play set either way if Chainsaw gets through?
I would like it.
If Chainsaw gets through, you get the play set, yeah. But if he doesn't get through, but he's got 2 votes already though, so like.
Oh, he's getting through, and that play set's getting made. Oh yeah.
I think. Oh man, this is really difficult because they wouldn't bring out Rock without the title. So
yeah, but he had the other he did have the other Intercontinental belt.
We've already got that belt.
Ooh.
The thing is, if you're bringing out Rock, you have to bring out the belt with him because we've done that. It wouldn't make sense to bring out somebody who's a current champion.
I guess we're just not putting Rock through, huh?
It looks like it, you fucking weirdos.
Listen, we're just not smelling what he's cooking right now. He should have a different belt. What can I tell you?
It's true. Rock will be gone after June as well, so this is probably our last chance.
Yeah, I don't think he's going to last.
I think he's going to WCW, isn't he?
Mm-hmm.
He's going to ECW. Yeah, it's your choice, guys, because I've got no say in the Austin thing until you guys.
All right, so I say go with Pablo's pre-Mania Austin 316, and then we get Mike Tyson. Although I want to know, does Mike Tyson come with the DX shirt or the Austin 316 shirt?
He'll come with the DX shirt.
I think he has to, right? He was in the Austin 316 shirt for like what, 5 minutes?
He didn't wear it. He just held it up at Mania.
Oh, I thought he ripped. I totally had it in my mind.
It was an attitude. It was an attitude shirt.
Oh, okay, fair enough. Gotcha.
Yeah,
it was. Fucking hell!
Yeah, I gotta go back and watch that.
Mandela effect there, like.
Yeah, seriously.
I thought it was 316.
Because he was referee who kind of was in the middle, wasn't he? He wasn't like biased towards anyone until Sean ripped the shirt off him, and then.
I thought it was
then
like.
He had the...
Well, no, he's got he's raising Austin's arm in a DX shirt, and Austin has the T-shirt over his shoulder, the 316 shirt.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Wow, mismemories. Okay, cool. So right, we know what we're doing with Austin, and we've got
very happy with that.
So are we? I mean, that's 5. Are we good with those 5? Are we all set on those 5?
Yeah. So
Billy Gunn, Road Dogg, Cactus, Chainsaw the Place, and Austin that comes with a Tyson.
That's strong.
Yeah.
That's a strong set.
Yeah.
Already, because look that's awesome. That's already 6 figures, technically, and
right. Well, I think then if we're going to go through the list from the beginning very quickly, then the remainers. The remainers. Political pseudo joke there. The Rock's crossed off because there's no way you can bring him out without the purple IC belt, and there's no way they'd bring him out with the purple IC belt if Austin doesn't come with his new belt, because it makes no sense. I'm just going
to remind you guys of who you were crying about.
Yeah.
Last time.
Right.
Well, there's
So are we in agreement that Rock is a no-show for this one?
Yeah,
because that's wild.
No show.
That's wild, but right, okay. Okay, no Rock. Mosh and Thrasher.
We'll say no.
They're not getting in.
I can't believe that when I decided on Motion Thrasher last time that I didn't think of just using the Piper.
I'll be honest with you, right? I'm kind of like after hearing everybody's stuff, I'm like, right, okay, but they definitely pip the Godwins for me in terms of where we are now. The Godwins have missed out. I think that's that. Like, it's unfortunate, but I do think that Mosh and Thrasher definitely like embody where we are in 1998 compared to having the Godwins.
Oh yeah, fully.
And I think
both of them
we've been unlucky not to. They do. They both would have. Like the Godwins were unlucky essentially not to have figures at the end, in the back end of '97, but they were up against the fucking Hart Foundation, everything else.
Yeah.
Like, Godwin's figures would have been better in '97, essentially early '97.
Yeah, I agree.
But we missed out, and I think Mosh and Thrasher, given it's hard to say because I think that they lose spots to some of the other names that have been mentioned here. Painful.
Let's go through.
To say that.
Let's put
yeah.
Well, so I think Pablo already said no. But
yeah, I'm putting across to them now. We can revisit, but okay. I was just going through mine quickly. You see, I am going to say, however, that I think still up for debate out of all of those so far, out of all mine that are remaining. So I'm saying no to Rock. I'm agreement. I think gritted teeth with that one. Mosh and Thrasher again, gutted, but yeah, fair enough. I think fucking Dude Love still deserves to be thought about and is part of the discussion because of everything going on with him at that time and who he is and the matches he was having and the significance of his matches at that time as well. Main event against Austin, and
I would love a Dude Love figure, like,
and the significance of that Rumble of him appearing 3 times as different characters, and we've already got one of them. One of them's getting through this round in the form of Cactus Jack, and I just think Dude Love's up there. So I'm going to say that he's up for me personally. I think he needs to be part of the discussion for these last 3 that we choose. So I'm not obviously saying he's a definite and he has to go, but I'm saying he's part of the discussion in my opinion, right?
I agree.
I'm putting him above the Rock and Headbangers out of my choices there. Fucking mental. Right. on Joe's, Kane.
Yes.
I think Kane's up there as a discussion point. I think Henry and Phineas Sosman, I think they've bit the dust. I think they're same ilk as Mosh and Thrasher in terms of this round of names. I don't think personally. What do you guys think on that? Pablo?
No, I agree. Sorry, I'll be back. 1 sec. Yeah, I agree. Susan?
We'll cut back to that now. We'll cut back. We'll come back in a sec when Pablo's back. What we'll do is we'll cut back to the just before I mention.
Sorry, I'm back. Sorry, that was just Susan coming down.
It's okay. We'll cut back, Chris, and I'll come in now from saying.
We should all come back in with like ice packs and be like, we had it with each
other. Yeah. So yeah, I think as you said there, Kane. Yes, I think the Godwins. Unfortunately, Joe, I think that they kind of fit into the same territory as Mosh and Thrasher. They just don't quite tick boxes for this round. Yeah. What do you guys think?
I agree.
Okay. It's unfortunate because I agree with Joe's. Everything you said, I couldn't fault anything you said. It's unfortunate.
I think that look at early Hasbro's who were missed out on, like Hercules and the Rougeau brothers, and it's just those sacrifices were made. To just work.
I think
shit, but
it's I think. Well, moving on to Pablo's then. You've made this more difficult than I ever expected it to be with your names because I'm at the point of thinking, I wish I'd have said that. I wish I'd have said that. I wish I'd have said.
There's 3 that I really like from Pablo's list.
Okay.
There's not including what he's already said, not including the ones that have already got through.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying.
There's 6.
Oh wow! Okay,
look at me.
I'm really fucking struggling with it.
So
right, let's start at the top then. And if you start at the top with this person I'm going to say, then you have to include the person beneath them. So Sable and Luna. Personally, I don't think one gets through without the other. And that's probably what's holding them back on this shout, because I think you have to have them both through. If you're going to put one through, both probably need to go through, given what we're talking about and the significance. It's a bit tricky to kind of justify having one without the other, given the significance of the feud. And why would you put one without the other?
And if you put one through without the other, then you're looking at your women's division being Alundra, Aja Kong, and either Sable or Luna. So it's like,
yeah. But
it's tricky.
Saying that, the fucking incredible shouts. I'm going to say personally now, I don't think Goldust goes through.
I agree. I agree. Yeah.
I think he
I
would have
really
been
liked that one, and that was one that I was like,
it was for me. It was in the 6, but I'm thinking of it now. I think that Sable and Luna go ahead of him, in my honest opinion, in terms of because the fun thing with Goldust is, and we don't know what's to come, but in that first 6 months, he's got so many fucking insane, ridiculous costumes and things like that. So I'm assuming, at least going into July, for argument's sake, assuming he's still on roster, that we're going to get some strange, trippy, mad Goldust nonsense. I don't know if we can say that for any of them, really, obviously, can't we? But at least, like, I think that there's so many fun fucking costumes to come. And if we do go for a Goldust going forward, like, we're probably only realistically going to go do it one more time with him in this mental gimmick. So, like...
Well, can I say he ditched the artist formerly known as Goldust in early May, I believe. That's when he threw the attire in the fire.
So this is literally our last chance for a trippy Goldust.
It is for a trippy one.
For wacky Goldust, yeah.
So what happened was...
Shit. Okay.
What happened was Vince put him in a match against Austin for the title, because he was like, anyone would be better than Austin as champion, even if he's, wearing a bra and knickers or whatever. And then Dude Love got offended by that. And then Goldust came out the week later as Dustin. Everyone's chanting really horrendous stuff at him, the F word and everything, as he cries on stage and puts his attire in the fire and stuff. And then it starts the very short-lived face turn. He loses I won't bore you to death, but he loses a match against Dude Love, where if he loses, he won't get paid for 30 days. And if he won, he would have got a title shot, but he does lose that, and then it kind of slowly then goes into the religious character at that point. But that is your last chance for an artist.
I forgot that was so that was May. I forgot that was May. Shit.
That just shows how fast stuff is moving in this time period.
Man, it's so hard. Okay.
This is why I forget, I forget people's birthdays, because I know the Attitude Era inside out. I forget my own name half the time, so
Yeah, that's a good
I can live without Goldust. I can live without Goldust.
So difficult because it's such a fun toyetic figure, and as we've just established now, with 6 months, we'll never get it again.
You can custom your old one though.
Yeah, that's out of all the names, I'm really sort of strict with that. No, we don't need to bring them back to you. We don't need another one of them just yet. We've had them 2 seasons. Is it fucking Goldust's the one I'm like on the edge?
Never mind. Never mind.
3 seasons ago.
I'm happy to sacrifice him. So.
I know. I'm not. No, he was on my original. He was on my list, and I was going to have him in the Rumble attire with the green and black stripy which was a fucking attire. But
that's a wild one.
I think I'm going to go back to my original argument point about business. Would Hasbro be putting that out there, knowing that we're still in that era where we're just coming out of New Gen? We're not fully in the trenches of fucking Attitude Era yet. We're not in bra and panty madness just yet, right? We're testing the waters here, and I don't know if testing bra and panties fucking mental S&M fucking Goldust is the one to be putting on the pegs in Woolworths right now.
Yeah. Yeah.
I mean, I'd be buying them and rubbing me bollocks with it, but at the same time, I don't think my grand's going to get me it for my birthday.
Yeah. No.
And that's the reality. So Goldust, no, I'm sorry, not getting it. Owen.
Yes. 100% yes for me.
Is that how strong it is for Owen?
I think so. I think that the very different look from what we've got in the past, and honestly having the glasses on there with that slick back hair, that would be pretty cool.
Neon always looks good as well.
I'm just looking at the list of the ones that we've said really should be in contention. Fuck me. This is going to be difficult. I've got 3 spots. I've already got a list of 6. All right. Well, I put one on the needs to be talked about one very soon. I'm just trying to get rid of the ones that, I'm just trying to cross off the ones that we're in agreement. Haven't quite put. I'm absolutely fucking devastated to say that Dan 7 is. I want that so much, but I just think I'm not gonna.
Yeah.
Like Dan 7 for me is up there with Dude Love for me, but I don't think he's got a sniff in, and I want him because I want that heavyweight title as
For
well.
those listening, Chris is holding up the 10 pounds of gold and just mocking us with it.
Crying shame.
You beat Severin for the belt.
Man.
So I feel the exact same way about Severin. That's one of the 3 that I really, really like, and I'm like, I don't see a way it possibly gets through.
No, I'll go with you on that. Just because of name quality, and main event status and all that kind of thing. Because Severin sadly was never used anywhere near to his potential in the WWF.
Yeah. Okay.
So then I think it's
got 2 left on Pablo's list, being X-Pac and China.
X-Pac and China, yeah. So I say no to those. I just think that there's a bigger argument for some of the other names that we've had.
I mean, fuck. This is basically, yeah. This is fucking hard, man. X-Pac in China. I'm in agreement. X-Pac's not long been back, so I think it's fair to say he's probably been given a few years contract. At a guess, just at a guess. He's not. It doesn't look like he's coming at the end. It wasn't a one and done. He doesn't come at the end of his contract. Firmly in the group. It may be fair to say he's still finding his feet. He's not really like at that stage yet where he's. Well, he isn't. He's not a champion, for argument's sake. He's not involved in
any. Well, he's not involved in any of his individual storylines at that point.
He's part of the nation.
Yeah.
And if I was going to be finicky, I'd probably say China is more in contention to be in the discussion when we maybe discuss Triple H at some point potentially in the possible upcoming future.
I also feel like China is more of a manager at this time. So
that is true. Yeah.
With just what you just said, I think down the line, if it was X-Pac, not that we can see in the future, but if it was X-Pac in China and they had, maybe done a couple more storylines and stuff more prominently together, then that'd be okay. But right now, I think that China is so glued to Triple H still. So
yeah.
Okay. Right.
Stephanie McMahon's listening at home, pissed off right now.
Yeah. Well,
she is a regular listener.
Come on the show, Stephanie. We'll have a chat. Yeah.
She's the special guest next month.
Yep.
It'll be you in a week.
But remember the Jax TTL figure when she didn't have any pants on, so they had to recall it. She didn't have any underwear on the skirt.
Yeah, so, that's right.
So then they had to recall the figure. But sorry, Steph. we'll be putting you guys on when we make a Hasbro of you. Right, so we're down to that in mind while I'm talking shit, trying to decide out of what.
That's Stephanie's
Dude
knickers.
love.
Right.
That's Stephanie's knickers. That's the accessory that we're getting. No, Dude Love, Kane, Sable, Luna, Owen. Like I keep looking at it and going, oh, it's obvious which ones to get rid. But then I look at it and go, actually, man, it's really not.
I don't see how you can't put Kane in at this point.
Considering I had to use a veto last month.
He would be arguably the hottest selling figure of the set as well. I think he would be the one. I remember when the BCA came
Which is crazy with the names that we're saying.
Well, it would be his first release,
But
right?
the BCA
It'd be his first figure.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
And you know what's interesting? When I was a child, I remember my mom, when she brought me to the mall because she had to go to like Sears or something like that, and I said, can I go into KB Toys? And it was right next door, so she let me. And I went in, I look on the shelf, there's nothing new, and I look down, and there's this little box, and it says Jack's WWF whatever, and I said, oh my gosh. And I looked over to an employee, I said, am I allowed to look in there? And they said, oh yeah, sure, let me open it. They didn't care. It's probably some high school kid working. And it was the new Slammers set, and it had Kane, and it had Dude Love. And I was able to talk my mom into letting me get those two. And there were several others in that set that I wanted as well, but those were the two that I needed. So it's interesting that those two names are both on this potential list right now. So
I have to agree. I think, just to get it out there so we're not dragging it on for too long, I think out of what's left, unfortunately, and I say this, I'm a bit gutted I'm saying it actually, but I think the last three spots are Kane, Doodle, and Owen.
Yeah.
Interesting. Right, okay. Yeah.
But I want Sable and Luna in it. This is what's really bothering me. But they can only go in together, in my opinion, which means that Dude, Love, Kane, Owen don't go through. I'll be honest with you. I'll be honest with you. Owen's going through for me because I can't put Sable or Luna through as a single. And it doesn't make sense to me to do that because I think again trying to do from business point of view, people are going to buy figures that make sense, and at the time putting one female through doesn't really make sense at this stage. Bear in mind we're talking 3 years after our last female figures came out. Ish, was it 95? Yeah, it will have been, won't it? So
but there was no women, really. I mean,
exactly.
Yeah. Oh yeah, there was no.
And it's the same argument. It's the same argument we use at the time of putting Aja Kong and Alundra through. It's like
because you had to give them an opponent. Yeah,
had to give them their arch rival, their opponent, and most of the guys we're putting through have already got people who are the rivals and opponents and things like that. So for me, Sable and Luna have to I want them to go through personally, but I'm struggling to see how they topple Dude, Love, or Kane.
Yeah,
I can see them toppling Owen right now. Personally, I can see both of them toppling Owen. I can, but I understand why you want them through. And while I love Owen, I'm more than happy with the figure that we've got of him because that's the one that matters to me more than any other Owen version, character that he's done that's ever come out. I think, and it wasn't a huge amount of time ago. Well, actually, it fucking was. Let's be honest. But to me, out of the guys out of the people that are left, Owen's the one that I'm least interested in, to be completely blunt, out of these characters for now. But I think he has to go through because I think Dude, Love, and Kane are definites. I really think they are.
I feel like we have a lot of people that are like they can't necessarily go in by themselves.
Yeah,
So
I think that's a natural.
Owen.
Yeah, that's it.
Unless we go back to the artist formerly known as Goldust, but we're going to get pulled off the shelves, apparently. So, yeah.
And I'm honestly, I'm even looking at other names that have put through, but they all make sense for what it is, and we're all in agreement already. And I think,
and I do think that I understand in the retrospect, like that is the Owen that matters, the one that we got out. But I also, again, going back to being a kid, loving the BCAs and everything, I remember struggling, and I was a kid with a pretty good imagination. But I remember struggling using the Heart Gear Owen once he was a heel with caution tape. You know,
God, at least you had it. Like, that never came out over here.
Which one, the caution tape one, or the?
No, that one came out, but pre-Attitude Era, sort of like early '99. We were so limited on BCAs. We'll have a chat on how few BCAs you've got like 4 a year from the index catalog. Or if you know, it was Mankind, it was Austin, it was, you know, we got 2 of Series 1, we got 2 Slammers. You know, it was Series 6 was the first full set that I saw in the store.
Oh wow!
And it blew my mind. And Stomp Series 3, and that's when you start getting in the Too Tough with Kane and Mankind and stuff. But anything pre-Attitude Era, you just could not get over here.
Had to import them. Right, lads. Okay, are we? Where are we at then? Because I think in my head, through gritted teeth, I'm saying Dude Love, Kane and Owen for the last 3 spots.
That's where I'm at too. So
the over the edge match puts Dude Love through for me.
Yeah.
That and the infamousy of the not infamousy, but the highlight of the significance of Foley appearing 3 times in the Rumble as 3 different.
Oh, people still talk about it all the time.
Yeah. Which I felt it was massively underdone. I think that I know he couldn't wrestle all night, but I think the fact that fucking Mankind lasted about 7 seconds before being thrown out by. Who was it who threw him out again? It was somebody. It
was Chainsaw. Cactus threw Chainsaw. Chainsaw threw Cactus out, and then Mankind threw. Oh no! So Goldust eliminated Mankind. I didn't know that.
Yeah, that's right.
It was Goldust. Yeah.
And he was legitimately only in for 2.5 minutes. I think it was.
I would have loved it if his Dude Love number had to come up and no one came out and he had to like sort of like take the mask off and change one boot or something. Just like give both of them, you know.
Do you know who eliminated Dude Love?
Yeah.
Henry Godwin.
Henry Godwin.
Yeah.
Trying to keep himself relevant.
He's trying to give us a chance, lads. Give us a chance. Reconsider.
It was Farouk.
Was it Farouk?
It was Final 4. It was Farouk, Rock, Austin, and Dude Love.
Really? That's 98, right?
Oh, I sound like such a dickhead, but like, yeah, no, that is why. Sorry, I hate to be that person.
Podcast with real facts.
I hate to be that person.
I'm Googling that shit right now.
So, while that's being debated, we have Road Dogg and Billy Gunn coming with the tag titles over the Edge gear. We have Cactus Jack. We have Chainsaw Charlie, who not only comes with his chainsaw, but comes with the hardcore entrance set.
Chainsaw didn't have investment in them in that year.
Yeah. And we've got Austin 316, Steve Austin, special character card Mike Tyson. We've got caution tape Owen Hart. We've got Kane, and we've got Dude Love.
And Farouk did eliminate Dude Love. I yield.
Yeah.
This is why I have no.
Chris just really wanted the Godwins to come.
They just keep getting nominated and get shat on at the very end because of everything else. So just looking on it.
And then Dan Severn did a run, didn't he, Chris?
Sure
with his
shit
NWA title.
Yeah.
Threw Austin out at the end.
The real world champion.
The real world champion.
What do you think, though? having June, that could have incorporated so many names who came in by that point, like Al Snow and Edge, and like the landscape is just moving at a rapid pace at that point.
I think that the next episode is going to be just as difficult.
And it's going to be harder.
More. Yeah.
Because we're going to be looking back to see who's still there, who's still employed, who did we nix this time round that's still kicking around
we
potentially.
Put the blue Big Eagle title with.
Yeah. Is that young blue chipper Rocketh Mayaviath? Right. Is he at ECW or where's he at? Is he still with us?
Yeah.
There's a lot of questions that are going to be asked, and a lot of them are going to be, let's be honest, going to be asking who can we still carry over from our cross-off list. The chances are none of them are going to get through because there's going to be so many new names to pick. That if they haven't made it this time, chances are they're going to struggle to convince us next time.
Especially if it's the God one.
Oh God, yeah.
The fact that the Intercontinental Champion didn't get through.
Mark,
we didn't put them back with the World Champion.
Yeah.
Get over it, Mark.
You're a bunch of fucking psychos. I'm going to get over it like Henry Godwin. Just move on, Henry. Move on.
That's what they kept saying. Actually. Anyway.
On that note, we've got our Series 19, everybody. Thank you for joining us for this.
20. Series 20 next time. Oh.
Series 20 next time.
Special.
And I think it's our Joe hosting next time, isn't it?
Yeah.
Leading proceedings.
If I make it.
If you Joe's got a few things on his plate next month.
Yeah, I'm having a baby, so we'll see what happens.
All I'm hearing is excuses.
Yeah, that's true. That's true.
Were you having a baby, Pablo, when you were off the other week?
I have 2. Yeah, I was having a massive shit.
And you've called him Clarence. You've called him Terrence.
Can I suggest then, since it's a Series 20 and it's a big ass series, I'm going to throw it out there as a cliffhanger for us to discuss that we do something special for each figure. We do something special for the set, whether it's a Build-A-Figure, whether it's a certain accessory, whether it's something else.
Mike Tyson in a fucking hardcore playset, not enough for you, like.
Yeah, seriously, right?
We've already given you 8 options. No, okay.
I want to build a figure.
Right, I'll tell you what, instead of leaving it as a cliffhanger, have a think about what you actually mean, and then let us know so we can discuss it and see if it makes sense. Right,
just riffing.
Let's do something clap for next time. Let's do something great. I don't even know what yet, but let's do something great. Yeah, okay. Let's do something great. Each of them comes with a voucher for somewhere.
Yes. I'd be for Quiznos.
Oh, I'll tell you what we could do.
That's fine. What?
I'll tell you what, everybody. Me and the guys will chat about some of these ideas afterwards. You're gonna have to tune in next time to hear about what we're going to be talking about. I've got an idea here. Thank you to Inside the Ropes magazine, Inside the Ropes events, and also the National Wrestling League for being wonderful sponsors, along with our wonderful sponsors, J&J Figures and Rock and Roll Collectibles. Thank you very much, guys, for being involved in this absolutely nonsensical discussion of bullshit that we love so thoroughly and so dearly. Pablo, anything you would like to plug?
Well, Jellyfest is coming up on August the 1st, but again, you really, really have to know the band Jellyfish to give a shit.
Don't spell it.
Well, I'm going up to Glasgow quite soon. I might even be bumping into Mr. McIntosh to say a quick hello. Some of the band outfits, and this is stuff that hasn't been seen in public for like 30 years, is going to end up in the same room together. We've got all 6 members of the band involved now who are going to be signing stuff and getting involved in various ways. And it's all to raise money for our Beyond Music Academy, which is in Newcastle's West End. And also you can find me on Turnchuckle. I'm not posting as much as I should at the moment, because I did just get a new WWF toaster, or WWE toaster, and I think the world needs to see it in action.
Well, next time.
Did you see what I got as a late 40th birthday present, Mark?
Not yet. What?
Oh yeah, no. A friend got me it. He got me an original Ribera Steakhouse jacket.
A real one.
That's awesome.
Not like my one that I've got that's been made in a warehouse.
This is real, isn't it?
No.
They're not.
Only wrestlers get them real.
It was Hall.
I wouldn't be surprised if that's a real one if it's come from him. Fuck, I wonder who's got that.
I think he bought it from
from Stan Hansen.
Stan Hansen. He got it from the restaurant. Like whoever got it. It barely fits, so I need a reason to lose some weight.
Problem is that I found with those jackets are if you're a double XL, for example, you need to buy 5XL.
I'm finding that out.
It's 3 times bigger.
But yeah, anyway, so I'll maybe talk about that on the thing.
Wear it. Gonna wear it. Your next one. Gonna wear it.
I'll wear it next. If I sit down, it'll tear like the Incredible Hulk. That's the problem.
Like a cape.
So maybe.
Wear it over your shoulders like they did on Grease. Anyway, carry.
Well, if you want to see me talk about shit like that and Pipes Crisps and Hog Slammer board, I mean, with that. Before we move, Razor Ramon Pop from Israel, that kind of stuff. Then, find Turn Chuckle on Instagram. Joe.
Yeah. JPD Customs on Instagram. And you know what? I've been having a lot of fun quietly doing this, and I'm going to officially mention it now. I don't even know if you guys know about it. WWF Big Fed on Instagram is just something I've been doing quietly. I really haven't been mentioning it, but it's a little Hasbro pick fed from the 1995 era, and I've been having a lot of fun doing it. I've just been mostly making little graphics on my phone after taking a couple pictures here and there, and it's been going along. It's got like 151 followers now. I think it grew since I last checked. So it's a fun little thing. Check it out.
That's more than our podcast.
Not this podcast. This podcast has millions. You must be talking about
millions and millions.
Other one. And the other thing I want to mention, relative to when this one airs, I don't know when it's going to be, but San Diego Comic-Con coming up, AWK, who I sculpt for, we're going to be showing off some really good stuff, including, I just saw the colored render for Bertha Faye, and it's fantastic. So I'm very excited for people to see some of the stuff that's coming out. And Dink the Clown's first ever action figure.
Yeah. I feel like we need to maybe talk about some of that stuff
very quickly
on the show coming up.
Yeah,
on the show coming up as well. We've got the inside scoops. We should probably.
We should have a separate show to just generally talk wrestling figure shit. Anyway, let's be honest. We should have a separate thing about.
And there are no wrestling figure shows. So I think we would plug that gap.
That's
in
true.
The market. So,
that's a good point. Yeah, there's nothing.
It's what the world needs right now. Chris, have you got anything you want to plug, my friend?
Coming up. So by the time this show airs, head on over to our YouTube platform at CCB Podcasting and check out Chapter 6, Built on Business, and you will find out 9 big matches went down. And again, I can say this because it will air after the fact. And still, CCP Podcasting Heavyweight Champion Big Strong Mims will be with me in the month of August, on August the 28th in San Antonio, Texas, with Community Wrestling. We're headed your way. We're coming to kick your asses, and it is going to happen. Our friends in Minneapolis, I'll be your way on the 31st of July at the end of the month. Be in the same building as one Richard Holiday, so that one should be very fun and very entertaining. Oh, he's great.
I love Holiday.
He's been
awesome.
been a guest on our show in the past. We've done some work with him in the past. It's going to be great to meet him face to face. I just hope I don't get hit with the signature move, but that is very possible as well. Tune into everything here, guys. The easy way you can show your support is by sharing, and subscribing. Fox's stuff's on the screen. Scrapple Arcade, JPD Customs underneath. Joe right there. It's on the screen. Pablo Turn Chuckle. Follow all these guys. Follow Fig Pod over on Instagram as well. It's free. Doesn't cost you anything, guys. And you can also, if you're over on Spotify, what is the Spotify tag, Joe?
The Alternate Action Figure Podcast.
The Alternate Action Figure Podcast on Spotify. Show your support. It's free. Cost you nothing. That's it. That's all I got. Take it away, Fox.
Cool. National Wrestling League. We had our pre-show, got a pre-season event where I believe approximately 800 people attended our debut show, and we had special guests such as Jet from the Gladiators in the UK.
Love it.
Turn up and
do 800 people that I'm jealous of now.
Oh, it was so good. It was so good. So that was like our pre-season warm-up show, if you like, to get to wet the whistle of people and know what the full season is going to be like. And speaking of which, the full season kicks off on the 9th of August in Newcastle, my home city, and Pablo's. And we'll be joined by a lot of really, really cool people. There's going to be a lot of interesting wrestlers there who some of you will remember from the Attitude Era, funnily enough, but I'm not going to say anything else about that. You're going to have to get online and check out the National Wrestling League and find out who's going to be there and find out how to get your tickets, which are dead cheap. I think they're only £5 each a ticket, which is what, $7? $7 a ticket to come and see the likes of Godfather and other wrestlers and stuff. It's going to be so cool. We've also got a tour with Diamond Dallas Page in August as well, in London and Glasgow. He's going to be coming and talking about what he's been doing with his getting people healthy, getting people fit, and getting people living longer, such as Butterbean and other wrestlers from yesteryear who need a little bit of help and support from DDP over recent times to sort our lives out. So DDP's going to chat about all of that goodness when he comes over for his Bang tour. And in September, we have got different dates, but we've got Kurt Angle coming over for Manchester, London and Glasgow the back end of September. And we've got Billy Gunn earlier in September coming over to Newcastle, and I believe Glasgow off the top of my head. I can't remember now, to be quite honest with you. And London as well. Yeah, he's coming to Glasgow, London, and Newcastle early September. But go to InsideTheRopes.com for further details on how to get your tickets for those events. Thank you all for checking us out and listening in. Thank you to our wonderful sponsors, and thank you to you lads on the show. It's been class fun so far, and we've still got quite a bit to go. And we'll have a bit of a natter about what's happening for the second half of 1998 with some ideas and stuff of those natures. Pablo's wanting to eat the screen, and on that note, before you get devoured, we'll see you next time, folks. So long, everybody.